always look forward to games like this every season. Teams riding momentum, coming in a clash for national supremacy and trying to make a statement as we get close to the playoff. Welcome to San Diego, Snapdragon Stadium, home to the San Diego State Aztecs. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the San Diego State Aztecs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Hokies have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. To throw, it's Milner. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Oh, he's got some space. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Guys, let's think just for a minute about big picture San Diego State. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
Well, that means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
The Aztecs will snap it on 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Got enough for the first down. Breaks into the open. He's already got 46 yards rushing. What a way to get this season started.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
And the Aztecs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll move the wide receiver. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Aztecs!
And how about the wheels for the QB. You could tell, man, he can roll, and they're going to use him. This is just the first drive. You see him going for the touchdown. I imagine we'll see more of that guy running the football with that kind of speed.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Do you see how fast he got to the ball carrier to get that tackle for loss? Wow.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Reinhardt. He's going for the big play. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
You know, they say sometimes for quarterbacks the hardest throws to make are when the guy's wide open. How do you miss that throw if you're the QB? Just put air on it. You can underthrow it by 10 yards. That receiver would have come back and fielded a punt.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. Makes the grab on the left side. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Gonna run it. It's Overton. Runs through a tackle. Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Hokies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The pull and throw off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
And the Hokies lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to run for it. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
One of the coolest things I love about football is the strategy. Like, first drive, what are they going to line up in? What are they going to try to take advantage of? How are they going to attack us? And so far, this offense has had some success. This defense now getting in their territory. They need to figure out some answers to some of these questions.
To the air, it's Reinhardt. Catch in the middle, it's Overton. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Hokies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. back to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Overton. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Just keep giving them the easy catches until they do something to stop it.
Yeah, you're going to dictate to the defense. You're going to make the defense cover him up, and then obviously it leaves the middle of the field a little bit more wide open for receiver, for a tight end. So QB keeps making the right decision, getting the ball to running back, and he's making plays.
With the run on 1st and goal. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose.
And as a defense, you just want to steal some possessions, create some turnovers. You force the fumble. But man, what a...
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back to pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards, makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up, early down play for this QB.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. It's 3rd and goal, and a long way from the end zone. Dropping back, it's Reinhardt. Fires into the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Still a 7-point game, guys.
That's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He might want another play. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. Nice, solid completion there. Hit him on the slant.
Yeah, and a nice route in the slot, too, by that receiver. Great job putting his foot in the ground, crossing the face of the defender, and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Showing the arm strength down the left side.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
One final play before the end of the quarter. Back to pass, it's Milner. He's got him this time. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. We've reached the break. It's San Diego State holding the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Down here to open the period. Lost to throw again. Sets up the screen. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
The Aztecs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
And the Aztecs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Just a short pass to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
The Aztecs are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to the 44.
And this guy's like tackling a tree stump, man. He's just so thick, so compact, just continues to break tackle after tackle. You want to bring those arm tackles? They're not going to work. You better bring your whole body, and you better bring a friend.
And the Aztecs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Milner. Here comes the heat. Picked off to stop the threat. Taking it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
What a great stick by the defender. But how about this? Quarterbacks like a smooth pocket where they can step up, set their feet. That defense did not give him that. Hit him while he's throwing the football. Made it easy for the defender to run underneath it, create an interception.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. Unloads quickly. Shakes off the defender. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. He's got it. Off and running. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point is good. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them. There he goes. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football, and this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
To the air, it's Milner. Dumps it to the back. He makes the grab. He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Let's think just a little bit about San Diego State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
The Aztecs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Reinhardt. Pulls it in, it's Overton. Turning it on! Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Looking downfield on first down. He's going to let it go. And he makes the catch inside the 20. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
And, man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call, and that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open receiver.
And the Hokies will have it 1st and 10. Try to get it to the edge. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides on the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
They'll give it on the counter. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Right back to it. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that 1st down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
The Hokies will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Lizzie.
Finds his big tight end. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. Pass in these tight quarters, if you're going to put the ball up, you'd like to think that you'd either have space or get it downfield a little bit.
Yeah, I like the defense understanding where the end zone is and then defending that line. It's okay to make the catch. You just got to make sure you get the ball carrier down in the field of play.
They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hokies.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield, it's Milner. Here's the pressure. stands in and takes the hit. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got his man quickly. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8. And the Aztecs want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Complete. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. At the 45 on his way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Looking to throw on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
We'll give the defense credit for great awareness that time. That's what you call sudden change football. Their offense just turned it over. Coordinators love taking shots the first play after getting a takeaway, especially this part of the field. So the defense was ready for it. They were in great position. The ball falls incomplete. Nice job in sudden change.
Looking for a man. It's Reinhardt. Now adjusting. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
And that's a frustrating couple plays for this offense. Like, you got the ball in great field position. You are set up to succeed in 2 straight incompletions. A big 3rd down coming to see if they can maximize this drive.
And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And the holder will place it down on the left hash, a 47-yard try coming. And he had just enough leg to somehow will that thing over the crossbar and in the right corner. And that lead grows even bigger.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He wants to change this route. Looking to pass. It's Milner. Gets it out fast. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Well, I'll tell you, I know they're losing the game. It's only the first half, but this offense, obviously, they've spent some time practicing 2-minute throughout the week. You can see they're really in rhythm, they're really in focus, and they're attacking the right areas of the field in order to try to maintain as much clock as possible.
Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. Extending the play. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. And he makes the catch inside the 25. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Aztecs will kick it away to crank up the second half. Looking for blockers. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Reinhardt. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Adams. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Many times the Hokies have had a dynamic threat running the ball at quarterback, but you got to be efficient like this in the passing game.
No doubt, and you got to have some balance on offense. You got to be able to make those plays down the field in the passing game to make you honor it, get some guys out of the box so it's not just running quarterback all the time.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Overton. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of hats to the football. They've got their hands full.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And the Hokies are moving quickly down the field. Leaves it with the running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Back to throw, it's Reinhardt. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, we're about to get another look at this San Diego State offense. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic.
He lets it fly. Makes the grab down the left side. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. The offense changing the play.
Get set, get set.
Looking to throw, it's Milner. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Well, when you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Looking downfield on first down. He's going for it all. Pulls in the deep ball. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And for quarterbacks, corner routes can sometimes be some of the harder throws to complete. So you can see this quarterback has really worked time and again in practice and throughout his career trying to perfect his accuracy on these difficult throws.
Looking to throw on first down. Swings it out to the flat. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
And the Aztecs will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
So now it's 2nd and long. quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw it. Rushes on him. Got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, San Diego State.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Back to throw. It's Milner. Under fire. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and they've got it down to single digits, a 9-point game. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He tries to take the top off. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Reinhardt. Here's a heat. He's going to take off. Quarterback gets the first down and more. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Well, he's showing you all the tools in the toolbox now. We saw earlier in the game his ability throwing the football, and now you're getting to see it with him running too. This guy is the definition of a dual threat quarterback, and right now, this defense has no answer for him.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Going with the counter play here.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The Hokies are flying down the field. To throw, it's Reinhardt. Got his man. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Galloway. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning it. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
And the Hokies trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Gets it to him on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies.
And that's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. Now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executed in the 4th quarter. Nice job.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a man. It's Reinhardt. Under fire. Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so it's a 2-point conversion attempt.
Virginia Tech, 30. San Diego State, 15.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Caught. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up at this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
The Aztecs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Out of the backfield, he's open. Oh, he's got some space. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Milner. He fires one deep over the middle. Finds a spot in the middle. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Man, you got to like these last 2 plays by this offense. You understand. You're in a deficit. You've got to score multiple times to get back in this football game. Nice job pushing the ball down the field, making explosive plays. They're going to need more of it, and they're going to need it fast.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking deep. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Scanning the field, it's Reinhardt. And the defense getting a hand in there on 3rd down.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
The Hokies will punt this one away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy road. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback.
It's such a hard time. You know the clock's ticking. You know you're down. You got to force the ball down the field. But guess what? So does the defense. They knew the vertical routes were coming. They broke on the football, and that does not look good for this ball game.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. To the air on 1st down. Sends it downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. He just weren't able to come down with that one.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Reinhardt. Right on the money. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And the Hokies with the 1st and 10. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Here he goes. Touchdown, Aztecs. How about that D making the play and lighting up the board and swinging some momentum in their favor?
Oh, they could not have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And with the lead sitting at 9, they'll try to make it a one-possession game. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Georgia Southern came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact, this wasn't ever really in question. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. If you're the defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get the ball back. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Reinhardt. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Second and long here, but objective number one, keep that clock moving. Back to pass. It's complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
A quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
That last completion still leaving them with a third down. Looking downfield, it's Reinhardt. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical third down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
The Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Overton. Breaks into the open. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a two-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And he finished things off by racing 37 yards to the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw. It's Milner. Blasted as he lets it go. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Throws to the wideout. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 8. Oh, you know he wanted that pick 6, but the offense is in business.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.